Hello everyone, I'm Mayan and welcome to This Magical Girl is a Grumpy Blueberry. This is a visual novel that I'm so excited to play when I saw it for Spooktober and I got the okay to record this beautiful game. We are in middle school during Spirit Week and our nemesis bully is ruining our fun and maybe we'll finally let him have it this year. The cool and extra spectacular part of this is that it's fully voiced. We'll be able to have more personality to each character, just hearing what they sound like, and it'll just make it feel like we're watching a little anime or a cartoon. And another thing I'm gonna note is this main menu is just so beautiful. Like the colors and everything, like I already like it. And then another thing, look at my contrail. Look at the sparkles. It's just, the attention to detail is just here already. So I already know there's gonna be a lot to expect in this game. So I'm gonna stop talking and let's go ahead and start. Okay, so it looks like we are reading the narrations. And the characters might be, we'll probably encounter them soon so that we can have some voice acting action. Okay, it was a dark and stormy Monday. Like any other day of autumn, the weather was overcast and windy, but the students of middling middle school were unfazed by the gloom. For the first day of school after a weekend, the hallways were unusually charged with an electric excitement and a spectacular anticipation.
And last but certainly not least, today marks the first day of Halloween Spirit Week. Ooh, it's time to decorate your homeroom!
Okay, before we even proceed, one, the energy of this guy is awesome. Two, the background is like 3D. Like, that's so, oh wow, like, wow. Like, look at that, the locker. I'm sorry, we're guaranteed some goodness in this game.
First place gets a prize.
The sad PA guy, I call it, that's Aizawa. From MHA, that's Aizawa.
That's right! The first place class gets their own pumpkin pie and ice cream party! So, put your best effort in, everyone! If you want.
Yeah, this is, oh my gosh, those two are Aizawa and the speaker guy, I forgot his name, I feel so bad. But if you know what I'm talking about, then you can definitely know. Those are the two personalities of those two.
More info online or, around. Yeah! Keep an eye out for those Spirit Week posters, y'all. Happy spooky season, mascots!
I heard Mrs. Ramirez's class had something really good planned for their deco. Like guaranteed when good.
Yeah, they're just trying to intimidate us by spreading rumors. Besides, remember last year? Everyone said that one homeroom class had it in the bag, but then there was that fire.
Fire? For,
Oh,
what?
Yeah, the 8-foot skeleton incident.
Exactly. Did they ever find out who let that skunk loose?
I don't think so.
Well, the point is, who knows what'll happen this year?
I guess we do have a lot of talented people in our class, like...
Oh, hey, Tabby!
Oh, I think we are gonna be I think Tabby's main character, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna be the one that we are going around with.
Good morning, Tabby.
Tabby was not having a good morning. In fact, Tabby never had a good morning when she was at school. There were too many people looking her way, watching her every move, waiting for her to trip up so they could laugh at her.
They're always sneering at me. Like they think their little cliques are too good for me.
Hey, Tabby!
Like I'm less than them. Less than human.
Man, Tabby is so cool.
Yeah, the real aloof type, like a spy or a secret agent, or somebody who's undercover.
Pretty sure those are all the same thing.
Hold on. Real quick, but from the looks of things, I don't think they don't like her. Like, I think, she reminds me of this character from my favorite anime, called Honda-kun. and he's like basically the most popular kid at school. And he thinks the whole school is against him. Like, everybody just wants to be his friend, they want to be around him. Like, this is what she's acting like, and literally, I already like Tabby already because I liked Honda. So, I feel like I know how this is gonna end, but hey, it's too early to call. But her personality, I've kind of seen it before, and it's always the best. So maybe it's kind of like this thing where she's making up like a scenario in her head, when in the case, everyone adores her, everybody likes her, and it's just kind of hard to like approach her type of thing.
I always want to ask her to hang out, but I'm like super intimidated.
See, I just said that, so
Think
hey,
she would say yes?
probably
Just 'cause
not.
we're in the same homeroom? Not a chance. Way too cool for us.
Yeah, so they view her as the popular girl, but she sees them as like, the school's against me. Tabby grew out of wanting friends fast, endless bullying will do that to someone. She couldn't even imagine being that naive anymore. Tabby was fully aware that that was her destiny, to be alone, unwanted, and forcibly isolated.
Excuse me. Need to get to my locker.
Ooh, it's Eden. It's bad boy Ian. Or Eden.
Hello? You good?
Molten rage and mild embarrassment bubbled up from Tabby's core as she stared into the face of her ultimate nemesis Eden. Okay, so it looks like we have to watch out for him. I think he's the one that Tabby can't stand. Eden something, or last names didn't matter. It was how he treated her that made her seethe with frustration.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Always ready to tear me down at the first sign of weakness. I can see it in his eyes now. He's going to.
Listen, are you gonna move or do I have to move you? I don't want to be late to class. Come on, let me through.
Was that a threat?
No.
What?
Hold on. Tabby slapped a hand to her mouth, worrying she had done herself in unnecessary danger. Who knew bullies like Eden might react to being questioned? She looked around in vain at the crowd milling around them, not seeing a single friendly face.
I can't trust any of these bystanders to stand up for me. If only there was a teacher around.
Is that the bell? I'm just gonna go for it. Excuse me.
Ooh. Tabby watched in horror as Eden reached for her. Okay. Ooh, we get our first choice. So should we defend ourselves or hesitate? Seeing that this is a enemies versus enemies, I guess we will do defend yourself. Ooh, we got an achievement. It's called Blueberry Slap. Oh my gosh, I like the sticker. Hold on. I like the little picture for it. Before she even knew what was happening, Tabby's hand moved on defensive instinct, making contact with Eden's face. The resulting smack was pitiful to hear, but Eden seemed more confused than hurt.
Ow!
He seemed so confused. What happened?
I was just trying to defend myself. You were going to hurt me.
Who's screaming? What's going on here?
Ooh, it's our teacher. Okay. So, from what I was reading, he likes to take the sides of bullies, according to Tabby. And we're gonna see if that's the case. Other than that, this tall teacher, whose face we cannot see, let's just see where his stance is on this situation.
Come on, kids. Class is almost starting. Why are the two of you still loitering around?
Recognizing the sound of her homeroom teacher's voice, Tabby spun around searching for his authoritative presence.
Mr. Teacher, did you see him?
Sorry, Teach. Tabby just wouldn't move.
Around them, the hallway was rapidly emptying out as any stragglers and witnesses fled to their respective classrooms.
I just need to get my books. Promise.
Is there a reason you can't move away from Eden's locker, Tabby?
Ooh. Tabby gawked incredulously at her homeroom teacher and then stepped out to the side, shaking her head
How
no.
could Mr. Teacher take the side of a known bully?
Honestly, she should have known. No one would be on her side, not even the ones in charge.
Since I'm on my way to class too, and I have the worst headache from moving pumpkins all morning across campus, I'll give you all a pass.
Bro, he's eating a Sliling on the side.
You better be in your seats by the time I get there. But no running. That includes you too, Caleb. I know you're just waiting for your friends, but don't let them make you late.
Ooh, okay. Oh, there's Caleb. For just a second, Tabby considered speaking up and pleading her case, but the moment passed as quickly as it came. Mr. Teacher didn't bother to linger, all but jogging off to greet a different group of students. Tabby stared sullenly at his back before walking briskly in the direction of her classroom.
All right, settle down, kids.
Mr. Teacher attempted to rein his class in for at least 15 minutes. Every year, the students would get too excited about Halloween Spirit Week to pay attention. This year was no different. Finally, things fell quiet enough for him to launch into his 3-part lesson on the history of Halloween. Why do teachers feel the need to teach on like special occasions like this? Because I know for a fact no one's gonna be paying attention. So why would you teach when everybody's just focusing on trick-or-treating and dressing up in their Halloween costumes, watching scary movies? Why would you want to teach today?
Halloween originated from the pagan festival Samhain, which marked the end of the harvest and the dwindling barrier between humans and the other world. It's easy to forget about all of that in the modern-day Halloween traditions, but if you take a closer look, you'll see that many have deeper historical roots. It's really quite fascinating stuff.
Even so, some of the kids continue to discuss Halloween plans under their breath. See? Why would you teach today?
I can't wait for you guys to see how awesome I made my costume for the Halloween party. The lady with the super freaky haunted house on my block helped me design it.
I still can't decide whether to be a zombie werewolf or a vampire ghost. Unless... Do you think I could be a zombie werewolf vampire ghost?
Oh my gosh, that's like literally me. Like, I can never decide what I want to be on Halloween. So in my mind, I'm like, I could just... Would it look cute if I took Nezuko's wig mixed with my Zenin outfit? And, you know, like, would that look cute? And hey, I might do it one year if I can't decide. Or I could just collect the costumes or whatever.
Oh, are we talking costumes? $20, my monster costume is the scariest.
Oh my gosh, Eden is so like eager, like and hyped right now. How fitting for the bully to love terrifying people.
Your face already scares me.
Ouch, Tabby. that was a bite. Oof, and Caleb laughed. The other kids laughed in surprise too, which caught Mr. Teacher's attention.
Is something funny? Tabby, do you have something to share with the class?
Oh my gosh, and he's being a typical teacher. He literally got onto Tabby, and he didn't even try to quiet the... Oh my goodness gracious. Tabby felt her stomach drop as the whole class turned to stare at her. Of course, he let his favorite students get away with the talking during class, but not her. Tabby tried to swallow the lump forming in her throat, but she just became more nervous by the second.
I think we're all just excited to dress up for Halloween. I know I can't wait to decorate homeroom.
Ooh, clap for Eden. He kinda took our side so that the teacher wouldn't be too mad at us.
That's great, but I still have 30 more exciting slides about Halloween throughout the decades.
The class collectively groans. Tabby heaved a quiet sigh of relief.
It's really quite interesting. There's fascinating tie-ins with the Day of the Dead and the glorious gourds of harvest. I could wax poetic about it.
You already gave this presentation before.
Well, I did more research and now I have extra footnotes.
The class collectively groans again.
Oh, fine. I don't know how I was supposed to have a normal class this week anyway. Why don't we put a twist on it by giving historical context to our proposed decorations?
What, reenact the Salem witch trials?
That's a cool idea. We could pretend to burn you.
What?
Oh my
Totally
gosh.
just threatened me in front of the class! Surely Mr. Teacher won't let that slide!
Tabby, it was just a little
Yeah,
joke.
Tabby would be such a good witch.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, did you like the anime I was just talking about? The comments that the other classmates make, it was more or less like they see them doing because they're popular, they're cool enough to be it, but like they see that as so like harmful. It's like, I don't know, I'm not taking Eden's side by all means, but that's a little vibe I'm getting.
I don't know if the school board would approve of that.
He's just going to brush it off?
All right, kids. I'll start dividing the class decoration types into groups and share a mini lesson about each of them. So, listen up. For instance, why do you think pumpkins became associated with Halloween? There's something else that's happening around the same time? Can anyone take a guess?
I'm not confident that I would make the right answer, so I am going to see what the answer is.
If you want to take care of the jack-o'-lanterns, try and answer.
Eager hands shot up in the air, and Mr. Teacher picked out one of them.
Because it's harvest season?
Ding, 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 ding! You got it! Harvest season is decorative gourd season, folks. Carving pumpkins was a tradition before Halloween, but the term jack-o'-lantern started with Stingy Jack, an Irish legend that will give you the heebie-jeebies.
I don't think I've ever heard or I don't think I've ever learned about him, but I'll take his word for it because I'm like scared of everything, so I don't think I'm gonna learn about that legend anytime soon. Tabby tuned Mr. Teacher out as he continued his lecture, only listening in for what decoration was being offered. Mr. Teacher moved on to the next decoration, and the next, until finally...
Why do you think Halloween was associated with death? Whoever gets this one gets to be in charge of making all of our skulls and skeletons.
Tabby was never a class participation kind of girl, but now her hand flew up in the air. Mr. Teacher looked at Tabby, eyebrows raised in acknowledgement. By some Halloween miracle, she could see her name forming on his lips.
Probably because winter is coming, right? Back then, lots of people died in the winter.
That's correct, Eden. Winters 2,000 years ago meant...
Tabby seethed at the injustice of it all.
How could they do this to me?
Tabby was the one with the special connection with skeletons, but every single year... Well, only last year, but... Last year, Eden slept in and snatched what she wanted. What she deserved.
Hey! I had my hand up! He interrupted.
Mr. Teacher looked at Tabby, taken aback as if he'd forgotten she even existed.
Well, you can answer the next question.
Oh my gosh, why always does he do that? Like, he's doing, things that would annoy me in school, especially in middle school sometimes. Like, you have a student that barely participates, and yet you give the kids who just shout a pass, and then you say, oh, let's ask the next question. You'll get that one. And then sometimes the question is one you don't know, and you're just so embarrassed because, you get it wrong. That's what he just did. But, oh my goodness, this teacher. Tabby glared at him. She really didn't want to let this go, but everyone was staring, and her stupid cheeks were getting redder and redder.
That's just stupid! It's not fair!
It wasn't. Even as Tabby clapped a hand to her mouth at her outburst, Mr. Teacher raised an eyebrow in judgment. The angry part of Tabby wished she could smack the disapproving expression off his face. But her frustration withered away as she crumpled into herself, heart sinking.
I'll always be the first to get picked on, and the last pick for everything else.
how about you let me continue the lesson and the two of you can work together? This is Spirit Week, and I really don't want to give any detentions for disrupting class.
I mean, that's a kind of a good compromise.
Sounds cool. I'm sure Tabby will come up with something really freaky. You know, given how into this stuff she is.
Oh yeah, totally. She's the type to freak people out. It's awesome.
Too bad Tabby works alone.
Yeah, see, like everybody likes her. Like they're not making like rude comments. If anything, they just want to be her friend.
Like Batman. Ooh, or the Joker.
Eden grinned at Tabby. Tabby felt a horrified shiver run down her spine, and she braced herself for what was coming.
She looks like him too, if you turned his smile upside down.
Ooh, Eden. The students teetered at that in typical middle school fashion.
Hey, for real, Tabby would be the best villain.
They're laughing at me now. They're all laughing at me because of him.
Settle down, class. And that's not nice, Eden.
Ooh, okay, well, I guess we can sit down a little bit on teacher because he finally took Tabby's side for once.
Only joking. Tabby got me good earlier too. That's just how we do, right, Tabs?
Eden held out a fist towards Tabby. Tabby fixed him with her best death glare.
Classic Tabby.
Well, Tabby, if you want, you can work with Eden and...
I am not working with Eden.
There's still a couple of other decorations up for grabs.
She scolded at Mr.
He's
Teacher.
still picking Eden over me? Why? Why do they all love him so much? What do they see in a bully like him?
Tabby wanted to puke. The class moved on, but Tabby just sat reliving the feeling of everybody laughing at her. Soon, all the decorations were assigned and the class split off into their working groups. Slowly, the room began to look more and more spooktacular. Oh, hold on. Wait, the background changed and look at it. That's so amazing. Look, you got a little pumpkin on the window. We got a little cobweb, we got streamers. Oh, and there's a cauldron on a kid's desk. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, like, I just like the transition. Like, that's just so nice. And I think that it's cool because I loved when in school you got to decorate the classrooms, and the background is doing that. And I really appreciate that because now we're definitely getting in the Halloween spirit. As a reward for their hard work, Mr. Teacher went around handing out spooky stickers, spouting Halloween history facts all the while. But of course, he skipped over Tabby entirely.
How come Tabby isn't helping?
Psst, Tabby, do you want to join my group?
It's not too late to team up if you want to do skeletons.
Yeah, see, everyone's being so... Okay. Oh, so we can only reject these invitations. We have Stu's invitation, Tonathan's invitation, and Eden's invitation. So I think it'd be pretty fitting to reject Eden's invitation. Oh, I work alone, Lonely Kids Clubs. Oh, I like that achievement. I want that sticker. Like, I want that to be a real sticker. They were clearly taunting her. No point in staying around a bunch of bullies. Oh my gosh, they weren't. They all wanted to know if you wanted to work with them. Tabby started packing up her bag, watching the clock anxiously to try and be the first one out of class when the bell rang.
I really think you should have been the one to do skeletons. We can talk to Mr. Teacher together if you like.
Oh, we have someone who might be on Tabby's side. Tabby's mind struggled to make sense of what was happening.
Wait, is he talking to me? What was his name again?
She had never spoken to this popular kid before, much less have him approach in her general vicinity.
He's not making fun of me, is he?
No, he's actually talking to you, Tabby.
Listen, You're not the only one Eden's burned before. Maybe together, we can finally knock him down a peg.
This isn't a trick, is it?
I am Calum.
That is such a nice name. Like, Calum that is such a nice name.
And this is no trick. I'll stand by your side.
Oop, he was all close in. Oh my goodness. Calum patted Tabby on the shoulder, and she recoiled, almost hissing at him. Personal space, please. But then, oddly enough, Tabby felt a tinkle on her shoulder, where he had touched her, like there were butterflies dancing on her skin. Gross. She wasn't developing a crush, was she? Calum gave her a small smile.
So what do you say? Shall we tackle this together?
Wasn't that what she always wanted? To have someone see her? Really see her as a person worth talking to? Now here was someone who was ready to back her up, at least.
Okay, we can stay behind after class then.
Perfect. I'll get Eden to stick around and we can tell Mr. Teacher what happened.
Ooh, okay.
What? No! Just the two of us. I don't want him around.
No. Tabby, trust me, he needs to be there.
No! He'll just ruin everything by charming Mr. Teacher, like always. I'm not going if Eden is.
Tabby crossed her arms.
All right, as you wish.
Calum inclined his head at Tabby in thoughtful agreement. The students all continue excitedly working on their decorations. Oh, look! Oh, it's done! They completed it and it turned out amazing! Oh, that is just so precious. Like, look at the little skeleton in the moon. They did such a good job. Like, 10 out of 10. Like, whole class, amazing. Mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. Soon the class was really starting to bring that Halloween spirit to life, which they really did. Tabby sat back in her seat, almost vibrating a place with sudden energy. She barely heard Mr. Teacher announce to the class that it was time to clean up. Not long after, the bell rang. The other students shuffled out the door until there was only Calum and Tabby left. Tabby turned her critical gaze towards Mr. Teacher and prepared herself to approach. Okay. So I think we're gonna stop here for part 1 because we're nowhere close to the ending, but I am really excited to continue finishing this. I absolutely adore this 100%. It's definitely giving like manga comic book like feeling to the whole video, like the whole visual novel itself. It's really delivering, and for this to still be in the beginning, we see the relation between Eden and Tabby, and I kind of have my little theory on how this is gonna end, but I think I'm gonna be surprised at the whole thing itself. So, the characters are likable. I'm loving the voice acting. The teacher actually sounds like a teacher. And everybody they're so fitting into their roles. And I love all the characters so far. So, I guess that's kind of like my final words on this. And we're definitely doing part 2. We're definitely going to continue this for sure. So, that is going to be it for this video for part 1. I thank you so much for making it all the way to the end and for tuning into this video. I thank you. So please continue subscribing and liking this video because it helps a lot and it does support the channel. And hey, you can stick around and hang out with me in future videos I may post, and you will also be notified when I drop part 2. Other than that, again, thank you for watching, and so long, and take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!